What you manifest in your mind, you can bring to reality.
So there's this guy named Killer Mike, and he's part of this rap group called Run the Jewels, right? Heard of Run the Jewels for a while now, years, I don't know. Never listened to it, knew it was out there, the hand pointing at the fist of Jules. Like I'm aware of it. Pop culture, it's in my, but then, you know, he does this show. I don't know, for some reason, Killer Mike, it's been coming up in podcasts, and it's just like, well, I'll just watch it. I'll watch it. Interested, watch it. It's this new show on Netflix, Trigger Warning with Killer Mike. I don't know if I mentioned that. It's like each episode is different, like social experiment. There's 6 episodes total. And it's a great series. Let me start off right there, off the bat, must watch. Kind of reminds me a lot of what Vice was doing. I've kind of fallen off the train with a lot of news, just because I know what's going on. So like I don't need that much exposure to what's going on. Like I get it. It's great stuff's going on, guys. People are nice to everybody, and like social equality is through the roof. It's amazing. But watch the thing. So anyway, first episode is about living black. He talks about how before integration, the black dollar, as it were, like if you were to make a dollar as a black man, how long would it take before, when you just living your life, buying groceries, going out to the movie theater, whatever it is, where your dollar's going to a black-owned business. How long does that dollar stay in the black community? And it was a lot better during segregation. And then integration, it's kind of tough to do. So in this episode, he tries to do that. And it's interesting because there's still black brands out there. I've been starting to watch this show, Future Man. He goes back in time. It's like a time traveler thing, and he loses his iPhone. This black dude finds it in like the 70s, and instead of Apple, now it's Black Apple. Like he changed the future. So it's like there's products out there. Like he even gets a cell phone that's by a black-owned cell phone manufacturer and service. So it's like there's products out there, but it's not very easy. There's like resources. It's interesting website. It's an interesting show, interesting episode. And it points to more of, we need more diversity in our business owners. Like it, maybe not all white. I mean, anybody can start a business, but it's kind of hard. Like it's kind of hard to compete sometimes. Like if you make a black tech, if you're a black guy and you make a tech company, you start your own, which I'm sure there's plenty of. A lot of the times they get bought out by like Apple or Microsoft. So then you're just, it's a white dude's company again. So it's kind of hard to like grow something to the pinnacle where, it's a black run kind of a thing. But some people are doing it. A lot of musicians, a lot of athletes are starting to become business owners, like Kobe Bryant and Jay-Z. They have their brands, their different brands. Mike Tyson has a weed brand, like it's a lot. Things are changing. Like we are in a time where everything's more aware. Everybody has a voice. So we're getting to see how racist a lot of this country still is. And we get to see how hateful a lot of people are. We also get to see that there's a lot of problems. Like there's like everything, like we've just, on our culture and our self-reflection of everything that's going on, the resolution's just been clicked up a few notches, and it used to be super blurry, and it used to be super hard to see, but now everything's super easy to see, and everybody's freaking the fuck out because people don't like change and don't like things that are different. So it's very interesting. I don't know how I got on that tangent. So the next one is fuck school. He wants to improve schools. The idea is that he wants to make porn educational material through the means of porn. So learning how to do everyday things like rewire a lamp or fix a clogged drain, but through porn. So it's a lot of these are just what if we did this crazy thing and took a completely different angle to solving this problem, which I enjoy. I enjoy watching shows that don't just complain about all of the things that are going wrong, because like there's so many examples anywhere you look to like the resolution's clicked up. It's very easy to see what's going wrong everywhere. It's nice to hear at least some kind of thinking of how could we fix this, right? You get a lot of that in TED Talks. This is more of a fun but, very unique perspective from Killer Mike and his creativity and where he stands with, his views politically and all of these things. But it's still like, he clearly smokes weed. Like, you don't come up with fuck school unless you smoke weed. You can't. You cannot. Like, if you just drink, you're not coming up with fuck school. You're just not. It's not where you're going to go with that. It would be like taking shots every time you get it right. But yeah, fuck school's episode 2. Episode 3 is white gang privilege. So the Hells Angels are a copywritten trademark brand, so they can sue you if you make anything with their likeness, their logo. So he wanted to do the same thing for the Crips and the Bloods, and he does this through trying to create a soda brand, like from start to finish, legitimately taking it to focus groups and like getting the logo. And like, it's very interesting just to see how you would start a brand, but also an amazing idea that should happen. I mean, those are two brands, the Crips and the Bloods, despite the negativity. Same thing with Hell's Angels. There's like a lot of, quote unquote positive things all of these groups do. So they are a brand. Why not be able to, Halliburton is a brand, Enron was a brand. Like, those did far worse to our society than the Crips, Bloods, and Hells Angels. But it's an interesting episode. We need full racial equality when it comes to gangs being able to brand themselves. New Jesus, which I enjoyed that. It was really interesting and very much what, I think. I'm not a fan of any of the religions, but I do agree with a lot of, be nice, don't be an asshole, whether you're afraid of going to hell or like there's repercussions. Like, I don't believe in any of that shit. I just like being a good person because it's just like, if I the only thing I can control is me. So if I know I'm not the asshole in the situation, it's really easy to see who the assholes are. Now, sometimes I'm not always just a nice person, but I try. But, I try to be honest and know when I'm an asshole, I try to be aware. But it makes it a lot easier when it's like using your turn signal, right? Just when you do it all the time, it's just automatic, right? And you're just a nice person on the road versus assholes that don't use your turn signal. I understand if you live out in Nowheresville where it's like nobody's ever around. But if you drive where there's other cars and you don't use your turn signal, get fucked, right? Just be nice. Just be nicer. Everybody can be nicer, especially nowadays. Anyway, so the new Jesus it's interesting. He makes his own religion from scratch, Bible, all that stuff. Outside the box, he, kind of performing for new audiences, came up with an anthem, super group, rap group, Kill Your Masters. He makes his own. He wants to secede from the United States and make his own government. Started that from scratch. Very interesting. All the episodes are very interesting. I highly recommend checking it out on Netflix. Trigger warning with Killer Mike. And also interested with the new episodes and everything else. And I started listening to Run the Jewels, and they're badass. So everything. I'm a huge fan of Killer Mike. So love the show. Go watch it on Netflix, and hopefully more seasons and more things from Killer Mike come out. New episodes of this show come out every day. Subscribe everywhere podcasts are found. Binge the full week over at patreon.com/Inspired Disorder. InspiredDisorder.com for all of my artwork and podcasts that I've done. Please, I'm in need of buying new equipment, including a new phone. So buy artwork. Buy all of the artwork that I have. I have over 600 original pieces. InspiredDisorder.com. @Ray Taylor for me. Have a great day, everybody. Peace out!